Hello everybody, this is a new live stream here in our assembled YouTube channel. And this evening I'm joined by two legends. They run a YouTube channel which is very, very successful, and they're here with me and you. Beyond the break, John and Georgia Hanlon, so good to see you.
So good to see you. How does it feel to be joined by two legends on this caliber of our fame?
It's very special. It's natural somehow. It's a good vibe. I mean, vibe, you know. and it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, fine is just the best word to describe it. Just fine.
Very fine.
The problem is, just to explain the viewers, here's the camera and there you. So
so it's like
yeah, so right now I look there and it looks like professional, but I would like to look here. I will try
on the screen.
to try to figure a way. Yeah, so what have you planned? We would just talk about bricks and our experience we had in New York City this time.
Which was spectacular. Anytime we can get together, it's always we rock the place, to use your phrase.
We rock the place, we have fun.
Yeah.
And this should not be a downer, because so we just want to mention, of course, we know what's going on, and we're with all the people in New York City and other big cities with a lot of troubles going on. So please, everybody, stay safe. But we would like to share our positive emotions here and
one positive emotion I'd like to start off with. So I've been super productive while stuck at home here. I have a number of years ago I bought a couple really large lots of Lego, but it was a bunch of sets broken down into pieces. So now I've been taking those pieces and putting the sets back together so I can either sell them or just hold on to some of them if I think they're cool. So I have a bunch of these. They're all like old Space and Technic and stuff like that. This one right here, some folks might recognize this. 487 Space Cruiser. There we go. Here's the back. There you can see the bottom of it. So stuff like that. Here's an old Santa Claus. Whatever Santa Claus is called in Germany, you can translate that for us.
Der Weihnachtsmann.
There you go.
That's what I would have guessed.
Technic. Here's some this is one of the smaller Technic sets. But yeah, stuff like that. I've been having fun putting these back together, going through the pieces. It's been great. I love seeing some of these old like late 70s, early 80s Space, Technic, all that stuff. There's a lot of cool sets from back then.
It's really great to see that you're productive too, because normally I know that your brother's working. You're just sitting around.
Normally it's just John doing things and I'm playing video games, but this time I decided to actually do something.
Because, as you mentioned before, we've met in New York City back in February this year. It was so much fun. And I would like, before we talk about Lego ideas and some Lego related stuff, I would say let's just start with some images from New York and bring happiness back. Yeah? Okay.
Sounds good.
So I've picked some images of yours and some of mine, and I just opened them, and then let's see what's going on. And we talk about
something about scrapbook. Here we go.
There's us.
Okay, let's see. Oh, now this is wrong. Just a second. It's all professional here.
It's a very professional
Take your time. We've got nothing but time here.
Okay, here we go. Here we have the first one. Oh, it's not. Okay, this is okay. There's one problem. It's not possible. Okay, then I have to download the images. This is all about professional here.
And you'll edit this out, right? For the viewers, you'll edit all.
Of course.
This all good.
I will try one more. It should be possible because it should. Okay, I will try once again.
If you just have a tab like pulled up with the photo.
Here we go. It's working. Here we go.
Beautiful times. Who was the master photographer that took that photo? They're very talented.
Fantastic photo.
So this brings us to the first story of the evening. So I will start the story and then you go on. John told me one day, hey, Andres, with a good friend, and he would like to show us some nice areas in Brooklyn. And I thought, hey, that's great. And I thought of the Brooklyn Bridge parks, and some stuff.
Brooklyn has so many cool things to see.
Yeah. So we met, and suddenly a family arrived. Very lovely family. So your friend is not, how old was it? 14?
14.
14, yeah. And his parents.
Shout out to Robbie Blocks.
Robbie,
great guy. And I will publish and review later on a video with this great studio. But then we drove like for over 1 hour. And where do we end?
We didn't drive. We took the subway, right?
On
that's what that photo's.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And we ended at where was the first place we went? Oh, we went to. I guess we went to their neighborhood where they live.
Yeah, right. We kind of went to the neighborhood
in Brooklyn, which looks just like every movie that's ever been made in Brooklyn.
Yes,
it was a great neighborhood.
Andreas, you said you felt like you were in a movie, didn't you?
It was spectacular. It was really great because when you arrive there, you leave the station, and I've been 1 day in Washington D.C. and 5 times for several days in New York City. And once in the Catskill Mountains. So I haven't seen anything else of the United States.
That's why you gotta come to Brick World, but that's for another time.
We'll get into that.
We will. And then we leave the station, and it was this long road. And I told the father of your friend, and my friend, of course. What's the name of my friend?
Robbie.
So I told Robbie, and the father of my good friend Robbie, hey, this looks like an American movie. And they told us, yeah, they shot many movies here. So it's
they shoot there's all sorts of famous movies that have been shot in Brooklyn. Yeah.
We had a great time there. And here's one more image. And again, I try to open this image. If it's not possible, don't blame me.
But when is the Brooklyn vlog coming?
Very soon. Very soon.
Your fans are getting impatient.
Hot stuff. Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
All the guys.
Robbie next to John, and then that's his parents in the very back there.
And the fun thing about our trip has been, so we headed to the place, to this part of Brooklyn, and we went to 5 different restaurants in 2 hours.
We did. It was a restaurant tour of their neighborhood in Brooklyn is basically what it was. And they took us, we went to so many different restaurants, but we would just get the best thing at every restaurant. So one place we went, we got really amazing hot wings and apple pie. The next place we got, I think, some mussels, right?
Yeah, seafood.
Yeah, seafood, some mussels. The next place...
We went to the Turkish?
Yes,
Turkish.
We got like
restaurant.
Euros and various things like that. So... yeah, it was just like get all the best things at their favorite restaurants in their neighborhood in Brooklyn. And it was amazing. It was like a food tour.
It was awesome. And even I have tried something for the community, for the people there. I would like, the important thing is when you go to another country, you have to be kind.
Yeah.
You have to be kind.
When we were in Germany, we tried to be kind.
And there's one thing missing. Try to explain what's happening, and I have to look for something. Just roll it, Joshua. Go for it.
Oh, okay.
Are we talking about him trying the seafood?
Well, he tried the seafood. He also tried the milk at the German.
Oh, the milk. Yeah.
Yes, the yogurt German.
But first he tried the seafood, which we had to basically force him to try, which
the mussels.
The vlog from the Brooklyn trip will convey his trying of the seafood very well.
Yes.
So we're very excited to see that in the vlog when you were forced to eat the seafood.
And then there was the Turkish milk as well. There was this crazy milk drink at the Turkish restaurant that was it was some next level intense stuff. So the vlog will contain that as well as other things that were better. So like apple pie, things like that, things that Andres actually enjoyed. But the better shots are the things that we had to force him to try.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and I will publish a vlog later on in the next days. I will in the next days.
You should have lots of time here.
It's really great. And I was looking for something special here because the father of my good friend
Robbie,
he gave me. Oh, we've by the way a little problem with the sound right now.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Suddenly.
Is there an echo?
Yeah, an echo here of mine.
Let me try to turn down.
Perfect. It's all about professional, John. You know what I'm talking about. Joshua, you don't.
I have no idea. I've never been professional.
Is that better?
Perfect. Okay. So the father gave me a statue, and he was, again, the whole family was so kind. They showed
I forgot about that.
They've shown us everything. It was a great day, and in the end, he gave me a little statue. And John, you have to explain to me, is this a phrase in the US, like the best dog of town or something? What was it?
What did it? I forget exactly.
It said like top dog.
Did it say top dog?
Something like I'm sorry, I haven't here.
Do you have the statue?
Again, please?
Do you have the statue with you?
Unfortunately, not here in this place.
Oh, okay.
It's in my
top dog, which is like a phrase. That's like a phrase saying like you're the best.
Means like cool guy or something.
He was a cool guy. Weird, so much fun. So I've more images, and now I see how it works, so I can show you more. And we go on to this image, and I think, John, I love you both, great guys there, but this is a special question for your brother Joshua.
Oh no.
So Joshua, when you first asked me, hey Andrews, would you like to join us? Had you thought of the possibility that I say no, or was it your imagination that I say yes? Because I've been to a place here.
Best photo of the trip.
In my imagination, I definitely thought you would say no. I was surprised you were willing to say yes, but I knew how to sell it to you. We sold you on the Concorde and we sold you on the space shuttle, and so those two things. That's the Intrepid, the USS Intrepid aircraft carrier in New York City, for people who aren't familiar with what that is. Amazing aircraft carrier. The aircraft carrier itself is really cool, but they also have tons of planes. They have the Concorde. They have all sorts of military stuff from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, basically every American war since then.
Which you were very interested in.
Right. So Andreas was there.
That photo is your face and how excited you are.
The F-16, all of his favorite military aircraft.
I can show once again the images, the image, and then explain the story. So I'm not into this whole military thing, and Joshua is, because he studied the whole thing, and he's always very good in explaining the stuff to me. And of course, I know what happened in the Second World War and stuff, but I'm not interested. And then suddenly you showed me images that the Concorde is on board, and also the space shuttle. And then I was really hyped, and I have to say it was very interesting. And even the ship himself, I mean, this is part of the history, and it was good to be there. I have to say, if you go to New York City, if you have 4 weeks, go there as well.
That is a great photo. The ship looks amazing in that photo. It's very, very cool.
Yeah. So this was very good, but I have more images, and I can show you.
Good. Yes. We should give a quick shout out to the chat. Have you done that yet? Anybody in the chat that we can? Thanks for everybody joining us in the live stream here.
That's why Beyond the Brick is having 2 million subscribers, and I having 10,000. This is shout out to everybody.
Thank you, everyone who's joined us. Thank you. It looks like we got comments from various nationalities, various languages represented.
Shout out to Spunky25, one of the best builders in the world. Wow. It's an honor to have you here in our chat. This is the kind you do it, right? And it was meant this way, because I love you, Sven. You know this. Great to see you.
This picture is really cool. Is that like a fire truck in the
fire truck mock?
Yes. You mean of Sven? Swanky, yeah.
That's really cool.
New York vehicles, buildings.
Okay.
He was at our show last year, for example, and had one huge skyscraper, and he's building awesome fire trucks and police cars. Sven knows how much I love his work, and he will be back next time at our exhibition. So I have more images here, because now we're kind of talking about Lego. What was happening here? John.
Oh. This was the field of minions at Toy Fair.
The field of minions.
There were about 25 of them or so. A whole bunch of them. So this lady was taking our photo, and she wanted us to look like the minion there, with looking off to the side. So it turned out great, and we look amazing, all of us.
It is a perfect shot. Perfect shot.
Fun fact, the lady who took this photo, her son actually, she said, is a big fan of Beyond the Brick, so we gave her a sticker, and she
unclear if she's a fan of Zumgabout. Definitely Beyond the Brick, but not
I can give you an example. What is happening when you're traveling with Beyond the Brick, with those legends in the United States? I give you one example. Like, I'm another person now. I'm a mother of 2 children at the Toy Fair, and I'm a blogger. I have a YouTube channel, and I first saw Beyond the Brick, and I'm this woman now, and I try my best. Oh no! I love your work so much. My kids love you. May I take a selfie with you? Yeah, it's possible. Okay, thank you so much. No, it's really great to see how people love your work and come to you, and it's always fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, we love meeting fans. If anyone ever sees us at a show, we're always happy to chat. So don't be afraid to come up and say hi.
We'll give you a sticker.
Yes, you can get a sticker, take a selfie.
This is different, you know. I give people gold.
Whoa, okay. We can't compete with that.
We're not as rich as you. We can get you a sticker.
I can show for a second. I mean, it's another live stream here, but I talked. You did also an interview, right? Boone did.
Boone did an incredible interview. Yes.
And this is the great trip here. So
from the new Pirate Ideas set, which we'll talk about ideas in a bit. But yeah, you also did a great interview, didn't you? Just today.
It was fun. It was fun to. I'll put the link in the description for both. Boone did a nice one.
Yeah,
I talked to
vote on which one is better via thumbs up and thumbs down on the videos.
What? Okay. I see what you. Comparison. Yeah, of course, always Beyond the Brick. Beyond the Brick are the best.
With Americans, it's always a competition.
Yes, that's why all our conventions have 1,000 awards that have to be given out.
What do you think? Is this good here?
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
that looks great.
Just want to show you another because I have a few more images because we're talking about New York City, and I will show you another image. And this is this one. It was.
There we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Great photo.
The photographer is a great guy.
Yes, so there's an excellent photographer that came along with us for these shots.
Yeah, I'm not looking so happy, and you neither. It's like, oh, we're here. Yeah, there's the statue. Let's go on.
I think you were very upset because you thought we were going to miss out on going in the statue because we stopped for coffee, and so you were very upset at us.
I have to say, there was not 1 second we had any trouble. we always are clear what to do. We're in time. As I mentioned, John is professional. I am. We ignore Joshua because he's the star. You just have to go, Joshua, go there, do your thing. But there was one issue. I look, it's raining very soon, and they get into a shop and buying coffee and walking around very slowly. And I said, hey, if we would like to go in, we have to hurry up. And then I think you left your coffee outside, right? Because,
Yes,
you couldn't take it in. Yes. So I remember you weren't too pleased at that.
It was fine. But I have more. It's all about food. I mean, we spent, I think, $20 and 5 days for food in New York City. And I've one image, for example. It's here. Here we go. And this was a lovely meal. And you can tell me the story. This one here.
Yeah, furniture store.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. So many good memories, Andreas. Thanks for pulling these photos up. This place was amazing. So we were walking. This was one of our last night, I think, together in New York City, right?
Yeah.
So lovely. Such a lovely time.
Let's tell it. It was a magical night. It was
magical night. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm always telling the people don't interrupt, but I'm interrupting you all the time.
It's okay.
The thing is, because then it's not easy to understand. But my good friend, you have to tell the whole story. We went to a place and we didn't know that there's a restaurant.
I was getting there when you interrupted me. Yes.
I'm really sorry.
So yeah, it was our last evening. We were walking back and we were looking for a restaurant. And all of a sudden we're walking down the street in New York City. Across the street, we see this big place. And at first it looks like a furniture store. There's a whole bunch of furniture, couches, all sorts of stuff inside there. And then we see on top, there's a sign for a restaurant. So it's clear that there's a restaurant somewhere in here. And we think, oh, this looks like kind of a cool place. We saw that the top had some like nice decorations, outdoor seating, that type of thing. Looked like a cool establishment. And so I look it up on Yelp. I think I looked it up on Google. And it looked like it had some good reviews, some good food. We thought, okay, let's go check it out. So we walk into the bottom floor of this furniture store. And it's very confusing because we know the restaurant is somewhere, but there's like no one around. I think there was not a single person in this whole place on this main floor. There was like one person at a desk or something. And so we look around, we will kind of walk to the back. We see there's stairs and an elevator. And then we see there's a sign with what's on each floor. and on the top floor it says there's the restaurant. So we take the elevator up. I think we actually got off one floor too soon, and then walk around the store a bit before we actually got to the restaurant. But eventually we get up there, and it's very nice, really nice ambiance up there, good lighting, and there wasn't too crowded, so we were able to get a table for 3 of us. But Andreas, I think the highlight of the night for you was the rolly chair that you were able to sit on at this place.
You know me. I'm a very serious person.
Yes.
Always.
And I was sitting on a chair like this. And I mean, you have your food here and you try to eat it always like this. Then I began to roll in the restaurant like this.
Roll in the restaurant, yes.
And by the way, I did this once. I worked for 2 years in a place where it was like the website of the town. So, the town website.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was rolling with a chair the whole floor behind a colleague of mine.
2 years straight, you did nothing but roll back and forth.
Yes, and I did this like this. And then a colleague told me later on, don't do this again. So it's fine. It's fine. But by the way, as Joshua mentioned, and he is professional, shout out to the chat. If you have any questions for those guys, for myself, please leave them comment.
But tips, anything, yes.
I have more images. For example, I have 3 or 4. Don't get mad at me, but
photos. It's fun.
We have so good memories because of New York City. This is an image of us 3, and this was the way back from the Statue of Liberty back to the island, to Manhattan.
Yes, this was great. Really, really good photo. You got Manhattan in the background there.
I think there was some fog arriving as we were going back. I don't think it was there when we headed out to the statue, but I think when we were coming back, there was a pretty heavy fog rolling into the city. Yeah,
and before that, we had really great weather. Yeah. So it wasn't that warm, but it was not snowing like two years ago. We're standing in the middle of nowhere.
We almost lost you on the bridge.
Yeah. So I have 3 more New York images. I will show you the guys again, the brothers. And by the way, there are more Hanlons. I've met them. There are,
yes. Lots more.
You've met them in the Lego house. Oh, look at that.
Here we go. There's a lady in the back. And John and Joshua here. Nice. By the way, and I call the whole link YouTube video this time. What did I tell the people?
It's right. Brick and Roll. The Beyond the Brick live in concert Brick and Roll live stream.
The thing is, every single selfie we take in New York City is like an album cover. We are very good. We just have to write songs for 20 records because we have so many covers.
John, the art is all done.
Yes, ready to go.
So I mean, okay, just to, that nobody is saying it's like clickbait.
Yeah,
that's wrong. You have to clap. You have to clap, and then we do one song for 30 seconds. Okay, clap. Brick and roll with Beyond the Brick. Brick and roll, you got the cake. Brick and roll, let's go to bed. Let's go to bed. No,
oh, great job. Yes, wonderful. Shout out.
Really good singer, but this time it was like, okay, this was the Brick and Roll live in concert thing of the headline. But I would love to show you one more image. I've shown this one. We have shown this one. Okay, this is a nice shot without those guys, but it's the south of Manhattan.
Oh, look at that.
It's beautiful. And again, we're having fun here. A shout out to one of the coolest cities in the world, New York City. I hope you're getting over this.
And stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe. Awesome city. And we have 2 more images, and this is something we did, I think, on Monday. We've visited a very cool studio, and the thing is, I mean, maybe we can leave it this way. It's not easy to find the place
I think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
And here we go. We've met Sean Kenny.
Sean Kenny, the one, the only, the master himself, Sean Kenny. Incredible builder.
And this is self-portrait. Yeah.
Yeah, he has this like comic book style builds that he does that are super cool. And you got to make sure to mention those are blue bicycles in the background for people who haven't seen that build. It's awesome. There you go. Oh yeah, look at that.
Is your video already up, John?
No, ours is not up yet. So your video's up with the tour, and then we have not gotten to ours yet because we're still working through a backlog of videos. But it will be up in the next few weeks.
Okay, I've uploaded the whole thing, so it's like 1 hour. Yes. You know, it's all about professional.
It's unassembled. If you want to see the Sean Kenny studio tour, and it will be on Beyond the Brick soon.
There's one rule: never cut a perfect video.
Yeah. Yes. And that video.
You don't have to cut. Why? There is no reason for this. Yeah. Okay, we are nearly done here because there's. Okay, this is a nice conclusion of this. Because I have one more images, and there's
after this, we'll answer some questions in the chat. There's some people in there, so we'll get to the chat after this.
Of course, we have to. We have to. So this is the last, and this is kind of the bridge, you know. And Johnny would say the bridge to the next topic, and maybe to the topping as well.
That's nice.
Something Lego related.
Look at that.
Something Lego related.
Rockefeller Square store.
Yes, we haven't been we haven't only been to the one Rockefeller Center. We haven't been in time. We've been there in front, but it was already closed. The Flatiron District.
Yes. Both great stores, though.
Yeah. So now I will pick a question here. Okay, Anders is saying thank you for the questions. I did previous live stream with Milan. You're very welcome, Anders. It's not Anders, it's Anders.
By the way, this feature with the comment on the screen is super cool in StreamYard.
Ask me. It's all about.
That's very cool.
Very professional.
Yes.
So you mentioned all the questions.
If anyone has any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat for Zazumgabot, Beyond the Brick, anything at all.
Ben had a question about our editing backlog and events being canceled. Do we want to get into that now?
We can. So I can just make a quick intro because for you it's maybe even more serious because you're covering shows. I was about to fly to Chicago this year and meet you, of course, share a great place and have fun and do some photos and some videos. And you're planning to do this as well. So I know the situation in Germany. Many shows have been canceled because the whole situation right now. You can brief me and all the others who are listening. What is the situation in the US?
Hopefully, Brickworld Chicago is still on. At this point, it still is. So, Andreas, we still hope to have you there with us. And it should be a great time. But yeah, we've had so far three of our shows that we were planning to go to have been canceled. So Brickworld Indianapolis, which is one of the other Brickworld shows. So the main Brickworld one is the one in Chicago, but then there's 4 or 5 other smaller shows. Brickworld Indianapolis is one of those. So that was moved actually to November of this year. Then Philly Brickfest was moved, so that's now the first weekend in October. For any American viewers watching this who might want to check that show out. So that was supposed to be here at the end of April, and now it's been moved to the beginning of October. And then BrickCan in Vancouver, Canada was canceled. They have not announced new dates, so hopefully they can still find a time that works for where the event was going to be held, and they can figure out a time for that. But yeah, so that's, for us, 3 shows canceled, which means that's a lot of lost content in the immediate future. And then John can tell you more about kind of what our plan is going forward.
So our next event now is the middle of June. So basically, once those events were canceled, we don't have another event until the middle of June. So we have a huge gap here. So luckily, we always have a backlog of videos from events. So right now, we are still publishing videos from Brick Fair, Alabama, which was in January. And then we're about to get into the videos from Bricks Cascade in Portland, Oregon, which was in February, right?
Yeah.
February.
End of February.
End of February. So once we get through all of our interviews that we shot at those 2 events, then we're basically going to be out of videos. But we do have quite a few videos from Bricks Cascade. So basically what our plan is right now is to continue with. So normally we publish 1 video a day. We've been publishing 1 video a day for like 1,200 days in a row. It's kind of crazy. Years and years we've published at least one video every single day. So because we're running out of interviews, we're going to have to cut back to every other day video publishing beginning in April. And that hopefully will get us all the way to our next event in June. So it's unfortunate because we really like to put out videos every single day for our viewers, and it allows us to publish just a ton of content. But we just don't have enough, and so we're going to be cutting back to every other day beginning April 1st, and that's not an April Fool's joke. But beginning in April, we will be cutting back to every other. But so we have been affected, obviously, with the different events that were postponed, that we are not able to attend and not able to shoot interviews. But you know, a lot of people in other situations have it a lot worse than us. Luckily, we're doing fine in terms of financially and that type of thing. And we do have, because we have such a big backlog, I mean, at least we can last this long. You know, we've been able to go quite a while since an event. So we're making it work.
Right. And he mentioned April Fools. We do have a fantastic video coming April 1st, though. Yes. So definitely you'll want to keep an eye out for that, because it's a real winner.
Real good one. So tune in for that on April 1st. We'll have a special presentation of that video. Hopefully it puts a smile on everybody's face, and then from then on we'll have every other day.
This sounds good, and of course I will check out your YouTube channel on April 1st. Yeah, so there's, I mean, before we come to Lego ideas, I can show some one image actually that I've seen as well, and I shown it yesterday in our late night show on our German YouTube channel. We have two, as you know, we have two channels. But there is one image you shared, and it's really funny, because this is something we have to do right now. I mean, it's a very difficult situation. We're kind of safe. We've seen images of other places like in Italy and India where it's getting worse and worse. But we have to try and smile. And this is a great shot of Stuart.
Shout out to Stuart Harris, fantastic. He's been in a number of our Lego House videos, so if people have watched those, then you've seen Stuart taking us through some of the places in the Lego House. Really great guy, super funny, entertaining, great at what he does. He posted that he made the whole build, right, and posted this.
Right. Yeah. So this was a fun photo that he posted, and then we kind of grabbed it from him and gave him credit. But yeah, that's been super fun, and it's got a great response from everybody. So yeah, it's kind of a fun way to look at it.
And we've been with Megan. Shout out to Megan from Brickset. We've been in the studio of Stuart Harris. We're not allowed to film anything.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
But it was a great place.
Yes.
If you once would like to have your bricks sorted, ask Stuart, because
a little behind the scenes, his studio is behind a wall in the Lego house that does one of those things where it like flips around and then it's like a secret entrance.
James Bond. It's like James Bond. Like
secret Lego studio.
It's very, very good. Yeah.
One more question in the chat. Ben asks about doing live streams. Actually, that's something we are going to be starting doing. So since we're getting low on interviews and videos to release, we are going to start a regular live stream for probably the next couple months.
Every Tuesday. So this is the big announcement. We actually haven't said this anywhere yet. Exclusive. So we saved this Andreas to announce here.
Exclusive content.
Every Tuesday. Right now we're planning to start like 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that way, our European viewers, it's not too late for them. They can still get in on it if they want. So we'll start at 1 p.m. Eastern time. What is that, like 6 o'clock your time or something, Andreas?
I think it's 7. You're different than New York City, right?
We're the same as New York City.
Okay, then it's 6 hours earlier. 6 hours difference.
6 o'clock if you're on German time there. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll probably do it for several hours. It'll be me and Bricks O'Brien, Brian Saviano, who's made videos for us and does live streaming. So it'll be me and him at least. Then we'll probably have various other people join us. Andreas, you're always welcome if you want to. I know you
really. I mean, I have time. I'm in.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of on the, since we're cutting back to a video every day. Then some of those days we don't have videos, we'll do some live streams and stuff. And hopefully, I'll be like I mentioned earlier. I'm working on some of these sets. So that's what I'll be working on, sorting pieces, putting these together, and then we'll have other people joining us doing who knows what.
Perfect. And there's one more question from Phoenix Bricks. Beyond the Brick. This is the question to you. How do you choose to interview someone? So the next question, there's a two-part question. This one, why do you interview this guy?
That question we don't know the answer to. It's a mystery to us as well. But For how do we choose to interview anyone? So yeah, that's something that people ask us sometimes. We have no system. There's no like bullet checklist of like do this, and then okay, you qualify to be interviewed. Like when we're at a convention, it's very subjective to what we see. We basically go into the show, we start walking around a convention hall, we see what builds catch our eye, and then if it's something that we feel is worth making a video on, we try to keep an eye out if the builders nearby. We try to catch them by the build, and hopefully at some point during the convention, then we can catch them for an interview. But it's things. A lot of what we're looking for is builds that we think will do well on YouTube. So it's things that we kind of have seen are popular in the past. So that's something we're keeping an eye out for, or it's just something very different that we haven't seen before. So for instance, we've actually cut back, like when we were at Bricks Cascade, we cut back on the castle sort of medieval builds we covered because we've covered a lot of those over the years. And we realized that a lot of them are very similar. They're like some kind of village or castle battle, and they're cool builds, but it's just something that we've covered a whole bunch of very similar things to that in the past. And John can only come up with so many titles for the same type of video. So then we might pass up on something that maybe is, a cool build, but just it doesn't fit well with kind of what we're looking for our YouTube audience.
So there are a number of factors that go into it, but I mean, stuff like Star Wars is always crazy popular. So we're looking at IP and intellectual property, pop culture type stuff that we know we can tap into that audience. Military, which I know.
Yeah.
Really
so obviously, any World War II build immediately
big fan of those. But I would like to add something. If we have a good video of your mock, you can always send it to those guys and we'll publish.
Yeah, absolutely. That is something we do. So if a lot of people aren't able to make it to shows, or if you live in an area where we don't often go, like Australia or something like that, you can absolutely send us a video of your mock. And, if it's something really cool, we would absolutely love to share that either on our Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, whatever. So that absolutely is an option as well. We've done that several times.
Share it with our audience, and then we'll send you some special stickers and a brick as a thank you. Then sometimes we also look for if there's like a really massive Star Wars spaceship or something, and then maybe like a really small, possibly Simpsons or maybe something else unrelated next to it, then we'll kind of look for that build to cover as well instead of the spaceship.
This is okay. We have to explain this to our viewers there. I've published a video of a great Maggie on a skateboard, which is an RC racer, and I was looking for an area where we can show this great mock, and there was this big ship, and I told the builder, hey, we can run the video right here, and John saw the video and just saw for 2 seconds the big ship, Star Wars ship, and I haven't done. And not even an image.
It was like 20 feet long, something insane, like a 20-foot long Star Wars ship.
It was a very impressive
completely
film.
Ignored it.
Yeah, but I was more impressed by Maggie, I have to say. Before we go to ideas, and to make this round, do you say this in English?
No.
Make something round? No.
To wrap it up.
We would say Germany to make something round, like okay, to finish this
to wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up. Beyond the Brick are still there. So and now I would like to show you. I have 4 magnets, and this was something I would like to show you. And I think you can buy this one now, but this was the first one.
Oh, I'm looking at ours. Which one do we have?
I think we have the new one.
Oh, okay. So I don't think we have the old one. I think we only have the new one.
You only have the new one, which you can buy, and I also have those guys here.
Yes,
and I think this guy is still out there, and this was the first one. So I have 4 New York magnets, which is a good collection, I have to say.
Do you have the Orlando one? You should show here's.
No, I have not.
Yes,
I have not.
Here's the Orlando. This is the one at the downtown Disney store.
Ooh.
There you go.
Haven't been to Orlando. We can do this in 3 years.
You got to take your daughters to Disney sometime, and you can go to the store there.
I have to. But we have one more thing to talk about this evening. We have a very old tradition. Normally, we're sitting on the bed.
Ancient tradition.
Here is no bed. Because
sadly.
we are sharing a hotel room, which is always fun, and we talk about Lego ideas. And we have done a very popular live stream a few years ago. And I thought, okay, there's still time till end of March, but we've already seen 13 submissions which reach the 10,000. So we can just go for it, and everybody is saying this could be a Lego set. It's possible, or we think is it possible? And from our perspective, what Lego will do in Billund, is this going to be the next Lego set?
Austin from Lego Ideas told me he loves it when we do these. He said he loves these streams. So yes,
Hassan.
Hassan, shout out to Hassan, of course, good friend of mine, like this friend of mine in Brooklyn, Justin. No. All right, here we go. Today.
So we're going to run through all of these projects, which we've done in the past, and we try to predict.
We start. A few hours ago, I got a mail. Hey, Anders, have you seen Lego Ideas Knight Rider kit reached the 10,000? We always begin with John, Joshua, and then myself.
Okay. So I'm giving my prediction on the Knight Rider kit. I think this looks great. I think that it's very in line with Lego model cars we have seen in the past. So I think that this looks really good. Oh, the interior looks great. I would give this a yes.
I think I agree. It also has that nostalgia, so it's sort of like a Ghostbusters, Back to the Future. Some of those things that have that 80s nostalgia to them very much taps into that. I've even watched some of Knight Rider. Awesome show. Really cool stuff. Shout out to David Hasselhoff. Great guy. So
I've been looking for freedom.
That's all you can say once you get a copyright strike.
I'm sorry about that.
So I would agree with John on this one. Yeah, I think there is definitely a good possibility of this.
I'm trying to look up the which studio is it that owns Knight Rider, or which?
Oh, like who would they have to get the
license from?
Here we go. There is already a license because we've seen David Hasselhoff.
Oh, right. They already have it from
They already have it.
Okay, there you go. See, Andreas is a professional, and he had this all prepared.
Of course, I have.
We prepared very well, as you can tell. Our knowledge of the product is just fantastic.
So I make it short here. It's a go for me. I think it's really possible. It's really possible.
Also, that hairpiece is perfect for you. Is that your sig fig hairpiece? Because that's like absolutely perfect.
There's one which is better because I've always had this gap in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Just, it must be professional. Okay, we have 12 more to go.
It's going to be a long live stream.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, as I mentioned before, there's a third live stream at 10 and our other YouTube channel. So we have to do this again very soon. But this ship, the Great Fishing Boat, what do you guys think?
I feel like it fits very well with
Joshua, the rule. There's one rule. Once in the lifetime professional. Once in a lifetime.
My turn is skipped next time now.
Okay.
No, we begin with John, Joshua, and myself.
Okay, so
I apologize.
I don't know if anybody's thought about this, but I think it fits very well with the old fishing store Lego Ideas project. So, or Lego Ideas set. So I think it looks great. I think that they absolutely could go forward with this. So it's great. It's a go. Yes.
I think it's what is that? It's very peaceful. There's nothing like violent with this set. It's got some cool colors. Yeah, I certainly could see this vibing well with the fishing store and being something I would say this is a maybe. I don't think this is like I would say the Knight Rider set is more of a likelihood than this. So this is like a maybe for me.
It's a little less unique because it's more of along the lines of the city line. It looks great. It's definitely a possibility, but it's not real unique or creative.
Dear John, next time, please put all your thoughts in your statement.
Okay.
We begin with your statement. Then Joshua.
So we both.
Then.
I'm not allowed to say anything once I can.
This is not discussion. No, I'm just kidding. So I would say it's possible. It's possible. It looks good, but we've seen a ship right here. So maybe.
No, there have been many space sets. So just because they just did a ship doesn't mean they won't do another one.
So we talk about Sonic Mania Green Hill Zone. What do you think of this one?
Now, Sonic,
wait,
does
I'm
that?
not allowed to talk yet.
Oh man,
Wow, we need to restart.
Unbelievable.
Make sure you edit this part out as well. So that other part, edit out this part as well.
I'm sorry, John. You got it. Go ahead.
Okay.
I keep jumping you.
I think Sonic looks great. I don't know a lot about Sonic, but this looks very good. I think it's definitely a possibility. Does somebody else own the Sonic license?
Yeah, so that was my question. Does Sonic fall under the Nintendo? Sonic's Nintendo, right?
Yeah, Sonic is Sega. But we've seen many games with Mario together. So but it's not Nintendo. But this is, I can show you a second. This is the figure. So the license is already there too.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Sonic has a big fan base. There's some very passionate Sonic fans out there, and they're making the Mario sets. Like you said, there's been a lot of Mario and Sonic crossovers. I would say this certainly seems like a good possibility. I would put this high up on the list as a yes.
Let's see what the future will bring right now, because we talk about the next one, and I'm really interested who's asking and who's answering right now my question. What do you think of this one?
You never know who's gonna answer.
I will answer. I think that looks great. It's looks like a modular building. It is a modular building.
You can tell John is really impressed. Well, it's a modular building. Hopefully the creator of this is not watching the stream.
I'm sorry. I think it looks great. It's I would say it's not particularly unique or like something really crazy or out of the box. But it looks great as a modular building.
By the way, if people ever want, like, Beyond the Brick, normally in our videos, we're very positive. We want to be supportive of people's mocks. But if they ever want, like, the honest 100% truth, they've got to tune into your ideas streams, because this is, like, by far the most honest we are of any video we're in.
It is. So, Joshua, what do you think of this one?
I would echo a lot of what John said. I mean, it's not. To me, ideas at its core, what has always been amazing, going back to Kuso for those longtime fans who've been around a while, it's about out of the box ideas. It's about things that Lego would not normally do, things that fans can come up with, and then you have a really, really incredible idea. I think a great example of that. I don't think you can see it, but I've got Jake Sadavich's Ship in the Bottle on the studio backdrop here. That to me is just like amazing. Example of what ideas can be and should be. So with this modular building, it's just something that can fit with the modular building line, but it's nothing really too much outside of that. And so because of that, it's not something that jumps out at me. Now, have they made they've never made a modular building idea set before, right? I guess
no,
and it's supposed to be like that.
And I mean, we can. The thing is, we can talk about this for hours. Or we can just give one answer. It's a no.
It's we're not very good at this, are we?
I mean, the question is not. We don't. Next time when we have more time.
Okay.
Because 1 hour is it's tricky. Next time we have to do 90 minutes. Because
no, then for me,
of course the problem that you give your personal opinion, and then you say, will it be Lego set? So this is we've done this before. So
we're bad at following directions.
So it's a no from me. So we talk about Indiana Jones.
So they have the existing Indiana Jones. Sorry.
No, I almost.
You almost. Yeah. I thought it was my mistake. The one time I follow rules and then you mess it up. Okay. They have the existing Indiana Jones license. This looks great. It's pretty small based on what I'm looking at. Very, very small, but it could be a very cheap ideas set, which is always nice. So I don't know if they would since they've already made sets along those lines, I'm not sure if they would do that again, but it's a possibility. And we have the new Indiana Jones movie coming out at some point.
Yes, it's whenever they actually get that done.
But would Lego have their own Indiana Jones sets to go along with that movie? They should do that. So I think as far as will they release it, I think it's doubtful since they already have their own line, and there's a good chance that they would be coming out with, I have no new information about it, but there's a good chance they would come out with new ones to go along with the new movie. So I guess if I had to say yes or no, probably a no. But the model looks great. It looks like it would be a great cheap set.
For me, this is a no, just because of the presentation of the set. I just don't think Lego would release something like this. I don't think there's a big enough appeal for a set design like this. Yeah, it has the trilogy and it shows kind of iconic stuff from each movie, but I just don't know if there's a big enough audience for this particular type of display set. It's like a movie version of the architecture skylines, basically. And I think it's an interesting idea, but I'm not sure if there's a big enough appeal for that. I do also want to mention, I noticed the name of this is Ben Builds Lego that did this build. Brickset actually just posted a great interview with him, I think earlier today, with him, because they're doing these interviews with some members now. So shout out to him, and go check out that interview on Brickset if you want more behind the scenes on him.
Okay, I would just, the website, but here we go. This is the site, then you can check out the okay, and for me, I'm into this. It's a nice looking set, as you mentioned. It's kind of a skyline set, so it's a no from me, but it's good looking. Do you know the Big Lebowski, the movie?
Yes, you've brought up the Big Lebowski every time we've been with you anywhere.
Yeah, we have to watch this movie one day because Rachel Bowling Alley is I'm sorry, John, Joshua, myself. Now I mess it up.
Yeah,
it's
you broke the rules.
Wait, so, quick question: is this based off the bowling alley from the movie?
I don't think so.
No, it is not.
Okay, go ahead, John. Just needed that clarified.
I think this looks great. We does he have any interior there, or is this the only image we have of this?
We have more images, but we're running out of time this time.
Okay. Sorry, bring it up. Well, I'm sure the interior looks fantastic.
Okay.
I think that it would be something very interesting. The building is, a standard looking building. There's not a tremendous amount to it, but I think it would be.
There's an image, John. There's an image.
Yeah. The interior looks great. I think that looks really good. I think that could be it's something different from what Lego's done. And if I had to go with a yes or no, I'd say it's definitely a possibility.
This is a yes for me. I think it fits really well with the diner modular building. Very similar aesthetic. Goes very well together. So they made the diner modular. Bowling is something that's popular, I think, a lot of the world. I think you have bowling alleys. So I think there's an audience for this. I think this is a yes for me.
For me, it's a no because it's kind of modular building style, and we have great expert. So it's good looking. I would love to see it, but it's a no from me. But we have more. We have this mini pig scale project Gemini.
Yes. So this is a space thing.
Space thing.
They've produced a tremendous number of Lego Ideas space sets.
Yes, it's like every round there's half of them seem like they're space sets.
So this is okay. So I just want to give fun information. This is quasi before the space shuttle program. This is the previous program.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks great. It looks great. It would be in line with previous idea sets that they've produced in terms of space, which I guess must be selling well if they keep making them. So, given the track record of space sets being produced, I'd say that there's definitely a possibility, a yes on this. I would kind of prefer to see something else that's a little more creative become a set, just because they've done so much with space. I think we've said this in previous conversations, because they released so many space sets, but they continue to do it. So I would say there's a very good chance of this happening as a set.
I would agree. I think the presentation on this is really nice. So it reminds me of some of the other Lego Ideas sets. I think it was like the Women of NASA. There's some other ones as well where it's kind of the stands with sort of that build on top of it. I think this presentation is really nice, and that would help.
So I would say I love NASA sets, but this is actually, it's not happening. I don't think so, because the space shuttle program is more people know, and it's
right.
I don't think so. But we have more, and we have to meet again. We have to finish this today. We have 5 minutes. So now we have to speed up a little bit, because we will finish it. Okay, now we talk about this lovely project here, SpaceX Falcon 9.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elon Musk. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, it's really cool to see a SpaceX rocket. I mean, that would be amazing. They would have to collaborate with SpaceX on that, which I would think that they would be able to do. I don't know why SpaceX would be against that. This looks great. I mean, it's a little bit plain. There's not a whole lot to the design, which I'm assuming is how the rocket looks in real life. So it looks It looks very basic, but I'm sure the model is very accurate to the actual rocket. So I would love to see. I think it'd be really cool to see a SpaceX rocket as a Lego Ideas set, but the model looks a little plain. So I'm going to go with a no on this.
Okay. I agree. No offense to the builder of this idea, but this is just a boring looking build. I mean, honestly, like the Saturn V, I'm looking at it over here. I have it on the shelf. Is a great looking model. Like having that on display just looks fantastic. This rocket has so little character. Right? Look at that. There's just so little character to it. It's like a long white wand. Yeah, that's a no for me. It just would not look good on display.
I think it's a no too. And right now, we have to find a way. We're running out of time, but we have to finish this one. You mentioned you're doing a live stream every week. We have to meet again.
Yes.
Next week to finish this.
You can come on Tuesday on next week's stream.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I will. But what do you think if we do this again next week, same time, same studio, same spirit, same energy, same thoughts? What do you think?
Yes.
Exactly in 1 week.
We can do it. Yeah.
That's not again. I hate goodbyes, but I'm professional. Right now, 2 friends of mine are waiting in the other chair because at another show, I have something about late night. This is new. It's out there since 1 week. It's important for everybody.
It's beating Jimmy Fallon. It's beating Conan. Everybody.
Real. I mean, okay, we make it very easy. We meet again in 1 week.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah. Sounds good. We're here. Yes. We've got nothing but time.
We all have. So, if you would like to know what is with the other submissions, what have they experienced? Which movies have they seen in the cinema?
Tune back in next week, same time, same studio.
Perfect. We will see again in 1 week, and we'll finish this dialogue about these idea sets. John and Georgia Hanlon, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully, we will see again this year.
Yes, hopefully, yes.
Hopefully,
Chicago.
I really hope for it, but right now we just don't know. We just don't know. I wish you all the best. Best wishes to your family. Please stay safe. The same to our great viewers today. We all had fun. Thank you for your questions.
Wash your hands, everyone.
Wash your hands, everyone. We will see you again in 1 week. Same time, same studio, same people. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your evening. Jordan Herschel, please. Very important. Please support Beyond the Break.
Yes, very important.
Subscribe, like, and subscribe.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.